Do. All right, we're gonna try to do this. It's an anchor. It's always something that's pre-recorded. So like the only people that really get in are people that are like more or less either unintentionally or intentionally invited when he's doing all that shit. Not to mention the fact that he usually combs the shit out of the guests, so no one's allowed to say something unless he permits it. So let's do that.
We're going back to Discord again. I have deleted my Discord server. I currently delete my account. I'm never going back there again. Just because people don't respect me and then they start digging into my information and stuff. And yeah.
Well, how are people supposed to respect you if everything you do is just you being openly shitty? Okay, quick test. Can everyone hear the podcast and hear me? Because sometimes I'm not sure I get the input and output correct. So just type one really quick for the people watching if they can still hear the podcast and me. Okay, good. Because I want to make sure that it's not just completely mute on that end and you're just hearing me respond to it. Because then that'd be a pretty big faux pas.
Not good.
Oh no.
Not good.
Oh no.
But I'm never going back.
Okay. I'm sure everyone's so torn up about that news.
I may stay on other platforms, but I'm not going back to Discord.
I don't even get why you stay on platforms that occupy any part of the website at all if every time you're on the internet it just creates more problems for you. You're the kind of person that sticks his hand in a bear trap because he wants to know how it feels, and then he just keeps sticking his hand in the same bear trap, and then just keeps coming back with like less and less of a stump every time. And then he's upset because he's pulling back a stump instead of trying to think maybe putting my hands in a bear trap isn't really the brightest thing to do. I don't know, like maybe just trial and error doesn't work for you.
You've got guided. Oh yeah.
It's gilded, not guided. It's not a missile.
Gilded. Shouldn't have that up installed. I'm not going back.
Okay.
There's no way in hell I'm going back.
Okay. You say that like it's of any consequence to anyone else but you.
But I could go back on Gilded. I mean, it's a better app, I guess.
It is at first until you leave it when everyone shows up in it, and then it just defaults to the next person that was there the longest. Like what happened with Prof and I.
Gilded chat.
Duh.
Yep.
Dumb smart, duh.
Because they start taking advantage of me and whatnot.
No one was taking advantage of you. They just didn't let you try to weasel your way out of things.
And I tried to tell the truth because I wouldn't do those things.
Keep in mind you try to tell the truth, but you never actually do. You see, trying and succeeding seem to be two different things for you. Because you'll try to stick to the truth, but then you immediately take a sharp turn away from it whenever you get near damning details that kind of kill off your whole I'm the good guy, nothing I ever do is a bad thing narrative. You kind of like the CIA when they redact information, except you're redacting it not because it's compromising to national security, you're redacting it because it pokes holes in your ego.
That'd make me look extremely bad.
You do all by yourself.
No, I'm moving to Gilded.
That doesn't make a difference.
That's what I'll do. And that's where I'll stay.
Damn, you're an idiot.
There's no drama there, you know.
There's drama wherever you go because you unintentionally create it by being a cunt.
I mean, that looks pretty bad. I know. Seems pretty bad. And that server was populated. I had almost 100 people in there. But I can't keep it. That's pretty sad.
It's not that you couldn't keep it, it's just the fact that you can't keep. I mean, you just can't keep reporting people and flagging people and saying things about people that are complete bullshit. And then be pissed off about other things and saying it's their fault you fucked up. It's just ridiculous.
And he sounded extremely upset. Just because I'd said those things and I tried to tell the truth. Oh, here I am on Gilded.
Easy, man. Save some of that charisma for the rest of us.
Wow, that's pretty bad. What do I have to say for myself? I do not know.
He pleads temporary insanity, Your Honor.
Man, that was the talk of the town there for a moment. Talk of the town.
You were the talk of the town because you're a lying ass and because people don't like you. That's not the same thing as people genuinely finding you, like, endearing or having the people's adoration. Being an asshole that pisses everyone off is not the same thing as being well liked.
Yep. I would not harm anybody. I would not do such things.
I wouldn't harm anybody. I just openly do things that are overtly negative and then say I didn't do them like the day after, even though everyone usually has it archived and filmed by that point. Seriously, you're the kind of person that would commit a homicide, and then you'd have footage of you stabbing someone to death. They would have your fingerprints on the bloody knife. You'd be wearing clothes still covered in the victim's blood, and you'd be telling the police you still didn't do it, while also admitting that you did it like a second before. It's like I did it. Well, you admit that you did it. Oh wait, I didn't say that. You just did. That's like the entire. That's the fucking performance we get in like the theater production of Lance the Dumbass Nonce.
Yeah, I'm gonna get what's coming. I'm gonna get what's coming. Yeah, eventually.
An ass beating.
On this phone. I doubt it. Yeah, basically just trying to tell me to get a real job and not sit online all day.
You need to.
I know, right?
Then do it.
That's basically what he's telling me.
Then do it. You'll be a lot happier for it. Like a real job's usually a lot more rewarding,
Since
really.
I can't do anything about it, you know. They're just pushing me and pushing me. Maybe that guy, he pushed even harder.
Even harder. Seriously, why does it sound like you're popping a stiffy when you say this kind of shit? What the fuck? And here's the thing. You can't just keep deleting everything then starting over because you always use the same usernames. You always use the same stuff. It's easy as hell for people to find you because you're so damn stupid you link everything you do to every platform you occupy. Like a dumbass. Not to mention the fact that whenever people try to leave you be, you immediately cycle back into speaking about them again, even in passing.
You might as well just wipe your Discord account and go back to Gilded.
I wish you'd wipe your frontal lobe with an axe. Oh no.
Bring this up. I must be really messed up in my head.
I hope someone beats you to death.
I swear I need a therapist.
But you're not going to get one because that'll require you to actually go to your parents, talk about what's been going on, be open with them for once about everything, and then say, I think I have a legitimate problem and I need to talk to a professional. But you would never do that. Let's be honest, you're the kind of person that when he has a problem, he does everything humanly possible to make it other people's fault. And if he can't make it other people's fault, then he tries to make it other people's prerogative to essentially act like his tard wrangler and constantly push him out of platforms, hoping that they could finally push him into the hospital. I mean, you are a danger to people, even if you yourself don't see it. You could be a very real threat to people who are very, very malleable. Now, luckily, most of the people that you've ran across have not been like jello head kids. But it's only a matter of time until you run across a kid who is legitimately frightened by some of the crazy shit you might threaten them. I mean, a while ago you were threatening people with death and violence because they wouldn't be your friend, like small children. And now you're just trying to double back and pretend that it never happened instead of simply saying, that's not who I am anymore, that's not what I do now. But the only difference is now you try different threats, because you know threats of death won't work on other adults.
I tried talking about getting one, finding one.
Yeah, because I'm sure talking about one to people that don't listen is the same thing as actually making the effort.
Because that was not going in the right direction for me.
What exactly would the right direction be for you, sir? Like the one where everyone just gets down on their knees and praises you like some sort of messiah and tells you that you're the best thing that's ever been? Because whatever way people go about it, they'd be lying to your face.
Not going in the right direction.
They weren't telling me what I wanted to hear. So
Like,
they're
seriously.
bad.
And I don't want to go back there just because how that turned. That went south real quick.
Well, how is it going to go north if everything you do is basically you getting caught in one lie after another about very serious things?
Like completely south.
Duh.
No, I'm moving on to Gilded.
Duh.
Even though there's nobody on Gilded chat, I'm going to be there.
I'd rather be alone, surrounded by the voices in my head that tell me I'm the best thing since sliced bread, than be surrounded by people who are going to tell me it's not okay to be a pederastic cuck.
Go check your phone for a phone call. I bet they don't even have my number.
No one wants it.
No phone call there.
Dude, no one cares. No one cares about your phone number. Do you want to know why? It's because realistically, if people wanted to talk to someone about it, they'd probably be talking to your parents. People that are in charge of you. They wouldn't be talking to you because talking to you is essentially the same as screaming at a brick fucking wall. Doesn't matter how nice they are, doesn't matter how well reasoned their argument is. You immediately go out of your way to re-at them because they refuse to bend over and let you bitch about your problems that you provoked, no less.
I'm the phone call on this phone. I don't know, I'm scared. What's that? Okay, it's not really important.
Nothing you do is.
Yeah, I'm in a pickle.
No, you're in a fucking you're in like a fucking tiger pit trap. You're not in a pickle because a pickle implies that there's some sort of solution. With you, there isn't one because any solution that would seem reasonable to someone with a functioning brain is one that you immediately think is completely beyond your ability to care. See, that's the thing. When people give you ways to get yourself out of trouble by seeking professional help and maybe trying to own up to your misdeeds, all you do is insult them, say that they're wrong, and then bitch about it otherwise.
I can't escape this. I'm in the big shit pickle, right now.
You are the shit pickle. Dumbass. Here comes some sad music to try to make you feel sympathetic for him.
What I could have done yesterday was not
Sad
delete the
music.
Discord.
What you could have done was grown the fuck up, get the hell off the internet, and do something meaningful with your time that doesn't involve making a retard of yourself for attention. I mean, it seems like every single time you get yourself in a bad fix, you always try to blame others. Why? Why is it other people's fault you do stupid things?
Just leave it. Not transfer ownership, but go offline for a while.
Yeah.
Let them talk amongst themselves.
Yeah, play dead.
But then you
If only
see,
you weren't playing.
the problem got worse.
No shit.
The problem just gets worse. And I start digging through my information, trying to find stuff about me, and trying to use that to their advantage.
No. No one's trying to use it to their advantage. They're just trying to collect evidence. So that when people say that they're lying about you, they can provide like a fucking mountain full of shit that just proves you did everything people said you did. See, there's a big difference between trying to take advantage of a situation like you do, where you will mute someone, prevent them from speaking, and then have other people throw them around the entire time, while you sit there and gloat, stroking yourself off to the fact that finally there's someone weaker than you, only because you've limited everything that they could do to the point to where they're basically just forced to sit back and deal with it. I mean, let's be honest, you are a weak little man. I use the word man incredibly loosely. The only thing that keeps you, the only thing that makes you a man, is the fact that you're over 18 and the fact that you have a cock. If neither one of those things applied, I wouldn't even classify you as a person, to be honest. Because you're a fucking shithead. Like, all you do is attach bullshit to people and say it's their fault that you're a fuck up. I mean, you have the same mentality that I had at like fucking 15 and you're 30 years old. I mean, you have the same mentality that a fucking pothead teenager has.
My mom knows a bit about this mess. What they basically want to do is give more detail, more context about the problem. That's what they wanted. And I knew I wouldn't let them have it upper hand when I...
Everyone already has the upper hand against you because you're not very smart. You're acting like everyone needs to have like some overwhelming landslide advantage to be you. They don't. Your voice went weird. You might want to repeat yourself. Okay. Well, here's the thing. People collected evidence to make sure that they could prove everything that people have said against you. That is not the same thing as people trying to fuck people over or take advantage of a negative situation. When Prov was in your server, you took advantage of whatever bit of authority you had to basically make him a punching bag for a bunch of randos who only came in to ridicule you and make fun of you. And you basically set Prof up to be a punching bag for these people. And when you couldn't get that to work because Prof didn't just crack and break down like a small child about it, you immediately either banned him from the server or basically had someone else kick him. Or he left of his own volition. I don't really recall which in particular happened. But the fact is, you do all kinds of really nasty shit to take advantage of situations where you have a lot of control. And that's the thing. You try to control situations, and when you can't control them, you lose your mind, you spurg out, you throw a tantrum, you stomp your feet, you walk away so you can hit your wall or smash your head into the wall or whatever it is you do when you're pissed off at nothing. And that's the problem. Like, you want a situation where you're entirely in control. You want people to just tell you everything you want to hear. And as an adult, the real world doesn't fucking work like that. You have the mentality of a pothead 15-year-old.
deleted the Discord server itself.
I deleted it so they can't find me
I knew I
anymore.
couldn't let them get the upper hand.
They already did.
Because if that happened, that means my Discord would still be there. And they all be in there. And to be frank, they aren't really my friends.
No one was your friend, dipshit. They just wanted to get to the bottom of things. They wanted to see what was true and what wasn't. And all you ended up doing was proving every single one of these people right.
They're just my enemies.
Believe
There's no way I could be friends with them.
me, no one wants to be your friend. Because if they had you as their friend, all you would do is try to leech off of them and fuck with their life and cause them problems. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Let's cut to the bullshit and get down to the brass tacks. If you had friends, Lance, you would only use your friends for what publicity or clout you thought they would give you, until you felt like they were no longer necessary to maintain a friendship with. That's exactly what you think about people. You think about people as networking opportunities instead of other people. That's legitimately what you think. And it's because of that that people don't much care whether or not you think of them as their friend. Because every time people give you the opportunity to speak about something honestly, you immediately go back to lying, or you immediately go back to trying to lie about them or blame them for your shit behavior.
No way in hell
Oh
if they keep
no.
pestering me.
Oh, the guy's gonna
Well, not
cry.
pestering, but you get the general idea of what they were trying to do. So yeah, maybe something was up.
Oh
Something
no.
was completely up.
No shit.
And they started to dig around for personal information.
It's not personal information, you stupid motherfucker. You went around saying a lot of this shit on air in your own fucking podcasts. When you brought up your family's surname, that was entirely you giving information to someone who you believed was a fortune teller, a psychic, and a publicity consultant with pod awful. That's what happened. People didn't need to look up your surnames and shit because you basically said them before. Just because I happen to remember does not mean I had to look it up because my memory is not like yours. It doesn't change based on the day. And a lot of me thinks that's just a lie you pull whenever people ask you a question just so you can keep conveniently changing your story and then pretending not to remember shit. I don't remember what happened a day ago. Meanwhile, here's an exact recording of it. But I don't remember.
That's out there in the public, but it would take them a while.
Not
And
really.
I think as they were doing that,
Dumbass.
if I left the Discord not deleted, they would keep doing that, and they would find information.
You realize that they could still do that even without the Discord, right, dumb fuck? Because let's be honest, there are a lot of people who've already gotten your full docs that are already communicating with Cass and other people. So it's not like everyone doesn't already know. It's just that most people don't see the point in doing anything really malicious. Here's the thing, people troll you a little bit, they antagonize you mildly, but for the most part, people have not really done anything all that malicious. But you have continuously tried to do things to other people to shut them down, to censor them, or to silence them. And then you have the temerity to say that they're the assholes for mocking you.
And make the house phone ring and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, I know. If someone tells your daddy you're on a website like ran and documented and filled with pedophiles, and if people hear word that you were trying to solicit CP from people, like if dad hears that, he'll take away the internet and then he'll whoop your ass.
I didn't give them that chance, and I think they're still doing that.
Oh no.
I don't know, honestly. The house phone didn't ring. They didn't ring my number.
Why would they call you?
Number. Yeah, I know. But, yeah. I think that's how I played that out. Delete Discord. Delete my Discord account.
Run away.
Never go back.
Run away.
Never going back.
Run away.
Because I don't need the drama.
Then why do you openly create it around yourself by starting more shit?
I think that's where it all starts.
No, it doesn't.
That's where it all starts. On with the show.
Dr. Bubba's going to take care of you. Continue listening to this podcast.
I hope someone smashed you across the face so you need a real doctor. Yeah, our next minute and 30 seconds of nothing because that's what everyone wanted to fucking hear.
I guess what I'm saying is I can't handle it.
If you can't handle people asking you questions about shit that you did on the internet, then why the fuck are you on the internet when you do a lot of shit that catches a lot of people's eye? I mean, you do a lot of shit that makes people's eyebrows raise in complete and total apprehension as to your behavior. But then at the same time you say, I don't understand why my behavior is puzzling to people, except to say in a more retarded way, it's like, why is the drama around me? I know I'm a grown man that acts like a retarded 6-year-old, but tell me I'm completely mentally fine. You're not. You're a mentally fucked up lunatic who decides that he wants other people to be inhabited by bullshit that he creates. If you were somebody's friend, you'd be the fucking leech that's constantly trying to siphon everything he can from other people just so he feels like he's going somewhere. That's why you pester people for money, that's why you pester people for donations, and that's why you throw yourself in the ground like, why don't people donate money to my podcast? Because your podcasts are shit. There's no planning, there's no organization, and you seem to genuinely not care about the quality or the enjoyment of the listener because you pump this shit out with burps and farts and what sounds like your dad smashing your mom across the face with a dinner table in the background. Honestly, I'm waiting to hear one of those Bob Chandler-esque episodes in the background, like a fun little soundbite from the Chris Chan era of the internet.
I can't handle having a Discord.
Then get off the internet.
And handle people in the Discord.
I don't like it when people ask me questions about stuff that I did.
They are being too cruel. You know how sometimes people can be cruel.
Where?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. They were cruel to me. Not because I'm a lying nonce faggot, but because they were mean to me. But not because I'm a lying nonce faggot.
They can be cruel. So cruel, the whole world is corrupt. The whole world is so cruel.
Can you do me a favor and not
How
babble
people are cruel
nonsense?
sometimes. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Let me have some pseudo-intellectual rambling where I pretend to understand what I'm talking about when I'm really a fucking idiot. The world's cruel. The world's cruel. People tell me to stop being a lying asshole. The world's cruel. No, the world... How do you know what cruel is? You have other people paying for everything that you could ever want. Let's be honest. You are living on someone else's fucking dime. And you're trying to tell other people the world's cruel. There are people right now who are fucking homeless, who are struggling to survive in the streets, trying not to freeze to death, living on the bare minimum of what they can scrape together. And you're gonna sit there and act like you have a valid fucking point when your mother and father are basically just babying you into your 30s because you're too mentally fucked up to do anything with your life that doesn't involve sitting on the internet and jerking off for attention. You're a fucking idiot. You're a dumb fucking child in the body of a grown man who's so incredibly fucked in the head he doesn't stop to think, maybe being a dumb cunt is not gonna help me. But you don't fucking learn. You don't fucking learn. Like you are your own worst fucking enemy. You are. Because you set yourself up for bullshit. I mean, you do. You set yourself up for failure, and then you complain when you're met with failure. I mean, you set yourself up for failure, and then you have the temerity to say that it's other people's fault.
And I say if I'm never going back, then I'm never going back.
No one's asking you to go back. Believe me, no one's gonna burst through your door like Rainbow Six with a gun to your head and make you go back.
I need to take a look at the DMs and whatnot.
Duh.
I'm not going back. And I don't want to go back.
Then don't.
I'm gonna wait till my account's deleted.
Yeah, we know you're gonna come back in 3 days when you realize that no one's paying fucking attention to you.
And I'll be fine.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Because you may personally think the issue is over with, but it's not. Because what happens is you pissed a lot of people off with your behavior.
Because I have other means that I could just go to. Until they start digging deep and finding me on other platforms.
It's not like it would take long. You're so fucking stupid, you'll link them all.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know I'm a dumbass that links all my stuff, but tell me they don't know what I'm doing.
I did not change the title of that. Oh well. It's no big deal, really. This is Podbean. I have never been back there since then. No. Kind of sad, honestly, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never came back here again. And now I'm here trying to do a show here. And yeah, this place isn't really a good place to be to make a show because it's dead. Let's be honest.
And somehow it's perfectly fitting because your podcast itself has always been dead.
It is completely dead here.
If only you were.
Until
Well, technically you're dead from the neck up.
someone finds your show and wants to join in your show to
Well, let me use other people as a means to keep people interested because I'm so incredibly fucking stupid. Nothing I do is interesting by itself.
talk to you about certain topics. And I didn't even change the title. What's your favorite restaurant? It's been so long since I came on here and started rambling on a lot. I think that's the problem. I like to ramble on.
It's not that you ramble, it's just the fact that you're so stupid you can't stay on point. There's a difference between rambling because you genuinely lose your thoughts, and then there's being like you, where you're so fucking dumb that you just completely don't care about what you say. And because you don't care about what you're talking about, you have no passion in anything that you do, that you just say, fuck it, I don't care, and then if it goes to shit, you don't do anything except flip people off for mocking its lack of quality.
Now, of course, there's nobody here, and I can't get anybody here. That's the
Nice to meet you.
Well,
Because
get
no one
the
wants
other
to.
people from Discord here. Like I said, I left Discord. I moved to Gilded.
I left Discord because they told me I was a dirty
Yeah.
poo-poo head.
And no one was there to back me up. No one was there to help me.
Why would anyone fucking help you?
This didn't work.
Why the fuck would anyone help you? Realistically speaking, helping you would only be a detriment to other people. Like, what kind of person thinks to themselves, you know what I want to do? I want to help the retarded nonce that's getting curb stomped in front of everyone because he's a lying douche. No one thinks that. No one jumps into that fucking bullshit and thinks, yes, this is what I want to do with my time, is make myself a target.
I got trapped in a corner, it seems.
Oh no.
You know?
People wouldn't let you
Oh, wow.
lie.
Yep.
Oh no.
What if you just did a Twitch stream at it while you're at it?
You can't even play video games correctly because you're so incredibly fucking stupid. You can't even beat a Fortnite tutorial. Like, you're really a fucking idiot when you can't even beat the part of the game where they're just showing you how to fucking play.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I hate Twitch, but
They hate you too, believe
might
me.
as well just try something. I mean,
The reason you wouldn't last on Twitch is because the only reason people would watch you is just to watch you fuck up in a video game and rage like DSP.
just go live.
It's DSD, Dark Side Not. It's DSN, Dark Side
There's
Nonce.
no going back, basically.
Dumbass.
Someone could record your Twitch stream. Oh, yeah, that's true. I hate that, right? I might as well just delete my Twitch while I'm at it, too.
Why would you care? What are you gonna do? Say LOL? You play like an idiot?
I mean, they do like Twitch, but
No one watches me play video games anyway.
can't go to YouTube because of the drama. Nobody watches me on Twitch. I have 200 followers there. I might as well just get rid of it.
200 followers that don't even pay attention to you because they're all fucking bots.
I know. It's pretty bad. You can't do anything. I can't have freedom. That's what I'm saying. There's one viewer. Yeah, but that could be anybody.
Here's a song for you.
There's no telling who that could be. You can't have freedom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all these people over there, buzzkills. Buzzkill. Yeah. Another word for lame.
You have no right to call anyone lame when everything you fucking do, it's not done for the love of doing it, for the wanting to have fun.
But in reality, I could make money.
In reality, you need to get thrown down a fucking flight of stairs head first. Seriously, if your parents had the presence of mind to just push you down a flight of stairs and cause you to break your neck, they could just say that you fell and say it was an accident, and then they'd be off scot-free. Realistically, they could just pin it on an accident. Dude, it's not a lack of freedom. It's just that people don't like it when you try to cover shit up that's like very, very serious stuff. And then you start showing all your mental health problems on streams and podcasts and broadcasts where you start losing your shit at random things like a fucking lunatic. And when people bring to your attention that you might want to get some help, you go out of your way to shit all over them and call them bigots or assholes or bullies. It's like, well, they're lame. They're lame. Like, dude, you don't do anything interesting. The most interesting thing you do is when you make a dumbass of yourself for other people to point and laugh at. And that's entirely accidental. Because you're just that fucking incompetent. Your level of idiocy is the only thing that keeps people interested in listening to some of the shit you say. Like, you're not even like the well-meaning person that's just a little bit dim that doesn't know any better. You're someone that knows completely that what he's doing is fucked up and does it anyway. And then he has the balls to sit there and scream at people about them saying, yeah, you're a cunt for being a cunt.
I don't think Twitch is the one way to do it because
no one cares what you have to say. It's not that Twitch is no good, it's just the fact that you're not interesting enough to really get an audience interested. You don't do anything of actual interest. I mean, let me be honest. If I did like a 5 to 8 hour stream of me like building Jurassic Park San Diego and Jurassic World Evolution 2, I would still maintain more viewers than your sorry ass because it would actually be something that people might want to see done that I would actually enjoy doing. Unlike you, where everything you fucking do is done for the intention of trying to make money by scamming people or basically just begging for coins in a tip jar on the internet. You remind me of these dumbasses on you now that were just sitting online all the time begging for money in a tip jar, and then they had the balls to say that other people are dicks for not just wanting to throw them money for fucking nothing, but just happening to be staring into a camera for hours, doing nothing of interest, contributing to nothing and anybody. You're what would happen if James Soroka was a lot stupider, also a pedophile, and did a lot of crazy shit. And when I say pedophile, I don't mean like pedophile, like attracted to prepubescent children. I'm using the umbrella term for a pedophile, which refers to really any creep that does a lot of weird shit involving minors. And don't say you're not a fucking weird creep that does shit involving minors, because we've had at least 3 or 4 instances of you doing some really, really creepy sus shit that are all documented in one way or another.
yeah, you're right.
I know I'm a moron. I know I'm stupid.
I don't even like Twitch.
Then go away.
Well, you could just try Clapper, and he said he gives there. And the thing is, you're not like affiliate with Twitch to earn any money from it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not the best platform for me, honestly.
Well, the thing is, though, to get a partnership, you'd actually have to be pulling. For you to get a partnership, you'd have to be pulling significant numbers to where people could actually see you as a potential asset for their company and their platform. No one wants to pay money for, hello, my name is Lance, and today I'm going to be talking about my iPhone for about 5 minutes before I'll get off on a tangent about me trying not to belch or fart, or you'll hear me slapping on my soy milk coffee because I'm a soy boy bitch. Give me money so I can sit here and tell myself that my existence has meaning now. Otherwise, I'm gonna throw myself off an overpass. Seriously, that's the only reason you're still alive. The only reason you haven't killed yourself is because you give your life meaning, not by trying to improve the lives of those around you, or by finding work to give yourself a motivation and a purpose. You give your life meaning by doing stupid fucking shit that means nothing to anybody. And then you sit there and judge people who are busting their ass to get by. It's like, well, I don't want to get a job. I don't want to work. I don't want to get back pain. Believe me, if I have to snap your spine and if I have to travel to California and snap your spine in half, back pain will be the least of your fucking concerns. You dumb fucking nonce.
And people get swatted, the popular people,
Well, usually they only get swatted if they actually get like some really nasty people pissed off, or if they're just genuinely a nasty person that other people are upset with. However, I will never condone and I will never excuse swatting, because people getting shot because a cop gets the wrong idea is not the best way to deal with your problem. If you have a problem, you criticize the person, point out what they're doing that's wrong, and try to open a dialogue about it to see if maybe you can change their mind about some of their behaviors or actions or their ethics. And if you can't change their mind, at least you'll have had that dialogue to try to expand on it. People like Lance don't like that, because when you say anything at all that's not to the vein of you shit gold and fart rainbows, they tend to spur out and lose their mind and say that you're a fucking bully because you refuse to just get down on your knees and suck their dick, metaphorically. I mean, I am talking about the same dude that fucking Snoop Dogg and ate his own shit because he thought that it would give him credibility in a court case for defamation and slander, which anyone with a functioning brain knows that's not how it works. Okay, hang on, let me try that again. Okay, can you hear me now? Part of me thinks my internet's having like a nice little partial seizure. It's like, sorry, I can't do this. You're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me. Yeah, I think the problem is I'm not. Oh, let me pull my microphone a little bit closer. I think that might be it, because I'm speaking like from here instead of right here, so it's getting like side glances of the microphone. Dude, everything you do that's fucked you over royally has been you making an ass of yourself. You don't learn from your mistakes. You don't try to get better. You basically just sit there like a fucking toddler, stamping your feet, throwing yourself on the floor. Where? People don't tell me everything I do is perfect when I act like a whiny shit. Where? Like, seriously, that is your entire mentality. And you're 30. You're fucking 30. You're 3 years my senior, Lance, and you behave this way. You behave like a small child when people just tell you not to be a lying cunt. And that's why you don't have friends. Because everything you do is designed to fuck yourself over, and you're too dumb to even get it. You're basically like the dumb shit that goes playing hopscotch in a minefield. Like, everything you do is just you sabotaging yourself.
Oh, that's so. Yeah.
Not really. It just seems like a lame excuse.
I just delete the account because I don't want it.
And here's the thing, you have a right to leave the website if you like. You have the right to leave whatever website you so choose. Just like you have a right to be on whatever website you decide to be on. However, if the website you are occupying is a website that is criminal, like that one website called Rapey that you occupied, Lance, that's entirely on you. Just like when you leave things like Twitch and YouTube and Discord. These are all entirely on you. No one is holding a gun to your head and telling you to make stupid decisions. That is entirely on you. I don't understand what the hell your deal is. That you decide to make every mistake you make the fault of others. It doesn't fucking work. I mean, let's be honest. Watching you play video games sounds like fucking hell. Because you wouldn't be making jokes. You wouldn't be making cracks about your character, about your ability to play if you died. You wouldn't be able to simply demonstrate that you actually genuinely enjoy playing. You'd be the kind of person that plays only what's popular for like a fucking month or two before the popularity of the game dies out and then people stop watching you. You're like DSP if DSP was even less intelligent.
Don't like it.
Nobody likes you anyway. At least not
I
unironically.
I don't care for it, honestly.
Then why the fuck make one?
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
Like his fucking existence.
Yeah, Clapper is where it's at.
No, it's not.
Because having a Twitch account just lead to more trouble.
It would only lead to more trouble if you were doing stupid shit like you did on YouTube and Discord that could easily be attached to you breaking TOS. I mean, the only reason you'd get in trouble on Twitch, really, is if you're doing things that actually break TOS. Like, unless your dad breaks into your room one day when you're playing the game and goes full Bob Chandler on your ass, I don't really think you'd get in much trouble. But this is you're talking about. You find a way to do stupid shit everywhere you fucking go. I mean, you straight up ate your own shit at one point. Because you thought it would make you friends or make you famous or get you out of trouble with the law. I don't understand why the fuck it is that you're allowed to have an internet connection when everything you do is just a detriment to your own safety and mental stability. Like, you sound like a true crime case waiting to happen.
I don't think I want the Twitch account to be exactly honest with it.
Then don't make one. Just delete it and walk away.
And they were in the thing last night.
Then just delete it and walk away. The end. This doesn't need to be like some fate of the world decision.
Oop.
Here comes someone whooping his ass.
I don't need YouTube either. All I need is this podcast.
All I need is this podcast where I talk about fucking nothing of particular interest. I will passive-aggressively blame others for my stupid behavior. If that doesn't work, I'll cry and throw myself on the fucking floor. Because that's how you work. That's legitimately how your brain fucking operates.
And that would be great.
It'd be great if someone would just knee you in the mouth at full speed. Like, just get like a full-on Olympic sprint and just bam right in the mouth.
Treat the disabled.
Oh, will you go fuck yourself, you whiny fucking faggot. Every single one of the people ridiculing you is also on the autism spectrum, you dumb cunt. Seriously, how does it feel knowing that other autistic people hate the fuck out of you because they realize that people like you create a stigma? When people see individuals like Alec Manassin and you and Chris Chan, Lance, it creates the stigma that people with autism are either incredibly fucking dangerous and insane and easy as shit to manipulate, or you create a exactly get teabagged by a rhinoceros. You create a fucking impression of people that portrays them as though they are all fucking stupid and paints everyone with autism like they're just completely mentally fucked and cannot properly think about anything at all. Growing up with that shit in school, where other students look at you like you're dysfunctional because of your tics, because of your hyperfixations, is not fun. And it's even worse when you grow up as an adult and you look at the fucking stigma that people like you, Lance, aid in perpetuating. And then you sit there saying, well, I'm autistic, so nothing I do is my fault. Fuck you. There are plenty of people who are on the autism spectrum that think to themselves, I need to stop doing what I'm doing. Because it's not going to go well. It's going to be a problem. It's going to create bullshit that I'm not going to be in the mood to fix or try to fix. Because the shit's going to get way out of fucking hand. I mean, I've been in a relationship for 8 years, Lance. And every now and then I've had to look at some decisions that I've made in the relationship compared to things that I've said to my partner, things that I have said to her in the heat of an argument, that later I thought to myself, I shouldn't have said that because that was some particularly hurtful shit. I didn't go up to her afterwards and say, well, I'm autistic, I don't know any better. I said, I'm sorry for what I said. That was really fucking hurtful and fucked up to say. And I want you to know that I didn't mean that. That was just something said in the heat of the moment because we were both very frustrated. But you don't do that, Lance. You don't actually try to mend the damage you cause. In fact, you seem to revel in the damage you cause up until the point where you think there'll be a consequence. You're the kind of dumbass that goes around arsoning houses. And when the fire department shows up, you start wondering, why are the firemen here? Why is there a fire engine pulling up on the road? Why are the police arresting me? I just had a couple jerry cans of gas and a couple big-ass boxes of matches and a bunch of oily rags. But tell me why it is the police are arresting me for suspicion of arson. Oh, they found the fingerprints on the jerry can that's beside the house. It's almost like I did exactly what everyone said I did. I mean, that's the thing. You give people evidence of everything you do. You leave a digital trail of every little bit of bullshit you pull, and then you sit there saying, how dare you? How dare you? Like you full on just autistically screech. And when people see that online and they see someone like you screaming, I'm autistic, it's okay for me to be a piece of shit, it paints everyone with autism like that in their perception. And that's the thing, you are helping make that stigma worse. Because there are kids that are going to grow up in the future with autism. And if the parents of the other kids in school see a Lance in their lifetime acting like a fucking cocksucker about everything and then saying he's autistic so it's not his fault, that's the information that the parents are going to pass down to their kids. Is to not make friends with the autistic kid because they presume the autistic kid is going to be fucking crazy or completely out of his fucking head or not be able to function at all. You are unintentionally creating a worse situation for other people down the road. And I'm pretty sure that you yourself don't know that, but people have raised that, like people have brought that to your attention. They have said this is a concern that people could have down the road. And what happens is you decide to completely dismiss their concerns, call them bullies, call them stalkers, call them haters, call them trolls, and when that doesn't work, you throw a fit, block everyone, censor everyone, scrub all your accounts, and then start over in a week when you think everyone's stopped paying attention. Because you're like a fucking goldfish, apparently. You seem to forget after like 8 seconds that something's just happened.
You don't have a problem. Oh, I mean, I certainly do have a problem.
You
It's just I
are
don't
the
come out in the open with it.
you are the problem.
Don't come out in the open with it. Yeah.
Are you gonna confess to something important here? Because if so, you might as well spit it out. Spit it out,
And then
baby
get rid
brain.
of the Twitch account.
Spit it out, baby
Because
brain.
now all it's going to do is going to cause trouble. And it's not going to be good because
I mean, realistically speaking, what could you possibly do on Twitch that would really get you into a whole lot of trouble? Because it seems to me like a lot of what you do is basically you trying to dodge people and dodge things. And then you go out of your way to kind of say that, well, even though I'm trying to avoid it all, it's everyone else's fault that I'm an asshole. Okay, everyone, give me just a moment. I gotta get a refreshment. I'll be right back. Give me just a moment. Please just give me a moment of your time. All right, I'm back. That was less than 30 seconds. I think I just set a new land speed record.
there's going to be that one person that always says something.
Yeah, it's kind of like what happens. It's kind of what happens on the internet. If you have a history of being an awful person, people tend to remember it. Quack. Pinata.
Why would you want to get rid of it in the first place? Oh, because it's not really that great of a platform, let's be honest.
None of the platforms you occupy are particularly great. If you want me to be completely transparent, every single platform you occupy has some sort of flaw or issue. It's just that you can't exploit the flaws and issues on Twitch to get other people to go away because they call you a dumbass. I mean, that's what a lot of it is. Like, you want to go to platforms where you can report other people for simply saying one mean thing to you. You basically want to have like an internet hug box around yourself. And whenever someone says anything that's even remotely mean to you, you throw yourself on the ground like an overturned cockroach and start wailing about how bullied you are. When everything that you've been through is more or less you provoking things and bringing them upon yourself. And then saying other people are assholes for pointing that out. You're a douche.
Everything's got something to do with something, and
Weird. It's almost like everything might be connected in some way.
just log in real quick.
Let me log in.
That's a bad idea.
Let me log in just so I can stare at nothing for 20 minutes.
I don't like doing this.
Then don't do it.
Oh, just because I want to see,
I want to see how many people are not paying attention to me today.
Back there.
I want to see how many people are ignoring me today.
Don't even dare go back there. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Then
It's not worth having.
just delete it, log out, and shut the fuck up.
Not worth having. Yeah.
Neither is your pulse, but you maintain it.
I mean, you could just do, something.
Like anything.
I'd love to make a Twitch channel with this and do something with this, but
Even if you did, you wouldn't get any fucking viewers because it would basically just be people trolling you the whole time. Like, the only viewership you would have is just be people busting your chops. And I think on some level you know that, but you just can't shy away from the fucking attention because your parents obviously don't give a shit what you do. That's why they basically let you on the internet and they don't even bother to monitor your activity despite the fact that you're a dependent adult that doesn't know shit about the world. Let me stare off into space for 20 minutes while I think about what else to
That's
say.
not worth it.
Then don't do it. Seriously, what the fuck is it with you? Why even be here on the internet? If you know nothing you
Or
do
try to
matters.
create my own social media app. I've tried that.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that. Like anyone gave a shit.
I didn't get anywhere with it.
Well, of course not, because other social media apps already monopolize those markets, you dumb ass. I mean, it reminds me of when Soulja Boy's stupid ass tried to create his own console, even though Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony already have a monopoly on those things. Like he basically tried to like force his way into the game console development market. And what happened is basically Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo formed like a semicircle and just started curb stomping the shit out of him legally because he was trying to steal copywritten designs and like fucking hardware specs that were owned by the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, the PS3, PS4, the Nintendo, and the Nintendo Switch. He was basically trying to plagiarize internal hardware configurations, and they basically said, no, you're not doing that. And then they all started beating his ass legally in court to the point where he just dropped down on his knees and said, okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. It's basically the same thing when it comes down to social media. If you tried anything, Facebook, Your Spot, and other social media websites would basically just start beating your ass because you're trying to horn in on their market. I'm sorry, but yeah, like those websites are kind of monopolized.
It didn't get anywhere. Yeah.
Because you're an asshole. No one likes you. It's almost like being a shitty person makes people not like you.
I don't. I mean, I really don't like it.
Then don't maintain presence
Just
on it, you
because get
dumb ass.
popular, and then your popularity spikes, and then someone decides to swat you while you're live on Twitch.
That's not how that works, you dumb fuck. Usually when someone is swatted, it's because they're either disliked by the individual that did it, or they did something fucking nasty. Like, nobody would really swat you, unironically, let's be honest. Like, the only time people would actually swat you is if they actually thought you were a threat to others. Which, I believe that you are a threat to others. Like, I genuinely do. But I also believe that you're so fucking stupid that any type of a threat you could pose would immediately be completely removed from the equation just when people say one thing to you and you throw yourself on the ground and shit yourself. Because I genuinely think what would happen is, like, whenever someone says something mean to you, you immediately go into a meltdown. Like, the best way to stop you from being dangerous is just to make you spurg out, because then you'll be too busy hitting yourself in the head and screaming to really do anything. Like, yeah, it's mean to say that. I'm not going to pretend it's not a mean fucking thing to say. But realistically speaking, I think the biggest threat you are is just to yourself, because you're so genuinely fucking dumb that you put yourself in a situation where you're basically ripe for ridicule. And then you sit there spurging out at other people because they just refuse to sit there and be told that it's their fault you're a dumbass. I mean, realistically, if you were like someone that took a hostage at gunpoint, you would forget the gun was loaded, and you would like blast yourself in the fucking head trying to pull off some stupid looking gun trick that you saw in a fucking Clint Eastwood movie or a John Wayne movie.
That happens.
Bang! He shot himself in the fucking
That's
head.
not fair. I know it's not fair, but
That's not fair.
When they make false reports.
I don't like swatting any more than anyone else does, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't be kind of understood when it involves you, even if I don't agree with it.
Count.
You're already disabled, just not account-wise.
I don't want to do anything with Twitch.
I don't want to do nothing with Twitch. Well, of course not, because you never get traction. It's hard to want involvement in a platform that doesn't give shit about you.
I don't care for it.
It doesn't care for you either, believe me.
It's devastating.
Oh no,
200
devastating.
followers, they're all fake. Some of them, anyways.
So you admit that your followers are fake?
He says it won't be the same without. Yeah, that's true, but you have to let go. You have to learn to let go and give up.
Is that why you were trying to find someone that you once had harassed to the point to where they attempted suicide, and then like 6 years down the road you tried to find them again just to start business as usual? I mean, you're the wrong person to tell people that they need to let go. Because it seems like every single time people try to go about their lives and just ignore your very existence, you immediately try to do whatever you fucking can to harass them, fuck with them in some way. Try to cause them some sort of distress. And when you can't do that, you just have a fucking meltdown, you scream and cry and just throw your toys out the window like a fucking toddler. Because to me, it seems like it's the only fucking way you can get anything done. It's just to, like, freak the fuck out and scream and cry and shit all over yourself and then say, how dare you, me, me. And it seems like every single time you get caught in a shitstorm, it's never a matter of maybe I need to do better. It's no, everyone else is an asshole. 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 Wah. I mean, really, you set yourself up for failure time and time again. You do all kinds of nasty shit to people to piss them off and upset them. And then you sit there demanding that other people treat you good when you act like a whiny little shit about everything. My question is this. Why the fuck would anyone want to be your friend or have you in their social circle when that's the bullshit you're going through and everyone else is being put through because of you? I mean, I know I sure as fuck wouldn't want someone like that in my fucking life. I wouldn't. I would not want anyone at all in my life that's going to cause me that level of bullshit every other fucking week. I mean, I genuinely fucking wouldn't. That would be a fucking pain in the ass. It would be irritating as all shit to try to go about your fucking day-to-day life, and then some retard's like, hey, can you come on my podcast and we can talk about fucking nothing for like an hour, where all I do is intentionally try to shill things to make myself money by giving people virus-ridden apps and websites that might be used to install spyware on their computer and financially fuck them down the road. But it's so I can make 10 pennies. So you gotta do that. Because if I do it a couple 100 million times, then maybe, just maybe, I can make enough money to buy a pack of gum. That's legitimately how stupid this fucking idiot is. He legitimately tries to shill people like websites that are not secure and apps that, for all we know, could be riddled full of viruses that install spyware on your phones and computers. And then he's going to sit there and act like he has any reason at all to be upset with people not wanting to be around that.
Ever return,
Oh no, Captain Dipshit's saying he's going to be gone forever.
People that love me,
Literally no one loves you that's not legally obligated to. You have no fucking friends because you've been just a genuinely shitty douchebag to everyone you fucking talk to. I mean, that's the reason you don't have friends. You don't have friends because you're just a genuinely shit person that does genuinely terrible things to other people on a whim. And then the moment he believes they can be used to give him publicity or fame, he immediately gets back to trying to suck their dick. And trying to tell them that, oh, I'll be your best friend. I'll be your best friend. I'll pay you to be my friend. Yeah, because this is what people want to fucking do. Like, this is the kind of bullshit people want to put up with. They want to have someone in their life that's going to constantly use them as a source of income. Because that's totally not like a fucking recipe for fucking abuse when the person basically saddles their entire existence onto you. Honestly, I could not tolerate someone like that being in my life. I couldn't. I would not want anyone else. I would not want anybody all like that in my fucking life. Because what would happen is this person would try to saddle me with all of their bullshit. They would try to attach me to every single one of their dumb fucking endeavors, and they would basically try to browbeat me into trying to give them money, or they would beg me for financial assistance in whatever stupid shit they're doing. And if it didn't work out, instead of simply saying, my bad, this was a big mistake, they immediately go to blaming the other fucking person. Because that's legitimately how people like Lance do things. They do things that are very ill-conceived, and then when shit hits the fan, and things go wrong, and their endeavor ultimately hits a wall, which almost a lot of this shit does almost all the time, it immediately goes back to, well, it's not my fault it fucked up, it's your fault it fucked up, because maybe if you dump more of your money into what I wanted to do, maybe we both could have been rich, which is complete bullshit. You wouldn't need to beg people for money in a tip jar on the internet. You'd learn to actually find a real job and to work for a living. Instead of constantly trying to shame people for not just throwing money at you in hopes that the issue that you're facing will miraculously go away. Because that's what a lot of it's been you doing. It's basically just been you begging people for money under the bullshit facade that they'll somehow see some sort of return on that financial exchange. They won't. He's the kind of person who openly takes advantage of people and then says, well, it's not my fault, that's a good advantage of you, it's your fault for giving me the money, even though I openly lied my ass off and promised you a return on this investment. I mean, that is what you always do. And I do mean always.
Well, that 37-year-old gave me some word. And then they start digging for my stuff. Then I delete the Discord and then it went bye-bye. That's what happened.
Yeah, I know. People were pressing you for information about why it is you were trying to solicit nudes from like a 15 and a 16-year-old girl, respectively. Actually, no. Aloha was 14, Treeleaf was 16. Like, why is it that you were asking like inappropriate sexual questions to these people on DA before you got your shit deleted? And when people brought that up, you went out of your way to try to dodge the question until you pretty much just wiped the Discord completely. But remember, guys, totally not a nonce.
That was your only way of escaping. Yep.
It's not even really an escape because all it did was prove that you look guilty as shit.
Now I'm back here again where I'm trying to do a show.
I went to this shitty
Nobody
website.
comes because they think I'm boring.
You are boring. The most entertaining part about shit like this is having someone like me to basically riff you and mock you for being a fucking potted plant in the body of a human being. I mean, Professor Curious, I couldn't have worded it better than Prof says. Like, people don't watch you because nothing changes at all from everything you do from day to day because it's always the same shit. Oh, well, what's Lance doing? Nothing. He's been doing the exact same thing since day fucking one. From day to day, it's been the same fucking routine.
Of course, you're a boring person.
You're just stupid. It's not even that you're boring, you're just genuinely fucking dumb. Like, just really fucking stupid. Because whenever shit hits the fan for you, you try to vilify people for the shit that you did, instead of taking any level of accountability for your behavior. I mean, you act like a retarded teenager that acts like a retarded 6-year-old that's in the body of a 30-year-old man. Like, do you know how antagonizing it is to look at someone that's supposed to be 3 years my senior, and they behave like a fucking child? It's kind of bad that both of my nieces demonstrate more maturity than you, and one of them is a kindergartner, the other is a damn baby.
Well, I'm holding on to this podcast because I don't want to let it go.
I wish you'd hold on to a live wire while you're bathing. Get a nice electric tub going.
That's because I think I can get something out of it, you know.
You see, that's the thing. You're trying to get something out of it. You're not trying to entertain people. You're not trying to give something to others. It's always a matter of what you get out of it. And do you know what other people get out of you in those podcasts? Nothing. Like, you keep trying to guilt trip people and shame people into giving you money by saying, no one ever donates to my lame ass podcast where all I do is talk about dumb shit for 20 minutes and then walk away for 20 minutes and then fall asleep and jerk off for an hour. No, about the jerk off thing, that's a joke before someone gets the wrong idea. But the dude disappears for like 15, 20 fucking minutes in the long ones, and you don't know what the fuck he's doing. Instead of just pausing the recording and splicing it together with the recording when he's doing whatever he's supposed to, you can hear him you can hear his dad scream at him from like a room over. You can hear him get up, open the door, close the door, and then he's gone for like 20 fucking minutes before he comes back. Yeah, you know, that's what people want to hear. They want to hear your dad going full Bob Chandler on your ass. Oh, bring the fucking house up. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we've actually heard him do
And
that.
not many people aren't going to like me. And that's life.
People don't like you because you're a whiny little shit. Grow the fuck up.
To just get used to it.
Stop being an asshole.
Get used to it, yeah.
I believe you stop being a whiny shit.
And that's how it is, you know. Not
That's how it
everybody's going to
is.
like a decent person like me.
You're not a decent person. You're a shit person. Well, it's like that saying about a wise man. A wise man does not need to tell people he is wise. He lets his actions and his decisions make that for him. But you can't even do that. Because every time you do something fucking nasty, you try to vilify people for the shit you pull. And I don't get what the fucking point is. I don't. Like, I don't get what the fucking deal is that you keep trying to vilify people when you decide to be a cunt.
Have some common sense or some decency, you know. I mean, I did say people are ignorant. And ignorant must be bliss. I mean, I did.
Yeah, they're ignorant. Yeah, they're ignorant. Like the Michael Jackson excuse. Oh, you're just ignorant. You're just ignorant. Oh, you're ignorant. Well, it's not that people are ignorant. They just don't like you lying to them. They don't like you trying to twist the situation so you act like a victim every time. The only person that's really victimizing you is yourself, because you are the source of your own problems. You don't shoot yourself in the foot. You just straight up Menendez yourself like Black Ops 2 and blow your fucking kneecaps off like you're Frank Woods. Like, you're not even helping yourself, because every time you get caught in a lie, it's obvious as all hell to everyone except your crazy ass.
Did say that.
I
I can't take that back.
I can't run away now. I can't lie anymore. Or Dad'll beat my ass.
Wow. Yeah.
Run away, retard.
Or the Hamid Adli saying. Yeah, well, I really didn't say that. Hamid Adli said it. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's a.
Shut the fuck. It's Muhammad Ali. It's not Muhammad Adli. It's Muhammad Ali, the former heavyweight outboxing champion of the world. Do not insult the memory of the late Muhammad Ali by trying to say that your spastic, retarded rambling is the same thing as a quote from a champion boxer. Shut the fuck up. I would love it if someone just punched the absolute shit out of you. I think it would be funny as hell watching George Foreman go crazy on your ass. Like, could you imagine how funny it would be watching Lance in a boxing ring with someone like George Foreman or fucking Mike Tyson or Sugar Ray Leonard or Joe Frazier or Jerry Lewis? I think it would be funny as shit watching these people turn his fucking head into powder. I'm an innocent man. Right in the fucking head. Just. What was that? That was the sound of his stupid fucking pencil neck snapping. Well, that's the thing. Lance doesn't even see. Like, Lance is not even a chaotic good. Like, here's the thing. If I was to apply, like, the chaotic neutral, like, lawful neutral, etc., I would be able to firmly put myself as a chaotic good. Because, albeit I am not the clear-cut good, I am still someone who at the end of the day is trying to do what's right because it's necessary to be done to ensure that there is some sort of balance upheld. When Lance does something, it's because he personally seeks to benefit from it. And that's what turns you from a chaotic good to a chaotic evil to a chaotic neutral. Now, for that dissertation out of the way, let's continue.
Muhammad Ali thing.
I hope his ghost comes back from the dead just to punch the shit out of you. Just a pissed off boxer
We're gonna try to get
poltergeist.
some people in here.
Who cares? It's not like you'll say anything of interest.
No one's not going to join this. I'm telling you.
You're right, because you're an asshole.
And you're right. You're right.
Because I'm an asshole. Let me be an asshole.
No, and I can't get anybody in here. I don't know what to do.
You can always hang yourself. That's fun. It's a one-person
At
activity.
least my enemies are not on this app.
Oh no, my enemy.
Everything started all on Discord.
I'm gonna cry.
And I had everybody there.
Oh no.
And then I just deleted everything.
I made myself look more guilty by trying to conceal the evidence.
Like, it's basically just removing myself from Discord gamer chat completely and never going back.
I made myself look more guilty by trying to remove the evidence.
Because of the drama, because of the haters, because of all of that. It's just too much to handle. That's what it is. Like, people would like to disrespect me. Not for what I did.
It is because of what you did. And because of who you are. I wish the re-agent was real. Don't you mean re-agent? I wish I could just be as shitty as I want to be, and no one will say anything about it. You might as well just say that, because at least if you said that, it'd be a lot more honest than doing the shit you're doing now, where you're just trying to tap dance around what you're saying. Why can't everyone just suck my dick and tell me that I'm a genius person when I sound like a retarded gorilla got its hands on a speaking spell?
But for who I am. No, for what I did, they disrespect me. But for who I am, it's a completely different story.
No, it's not. No, it's not, because people know you as a lying asshole that does all kinds of messed up shit to get people off his back, even if he has to openly try to threaten them.
Yeah, well, I said something I shouldn't say because that's how they got suspicious. They kept bringing up that question. But I know I didn't ask for anything that I shouldn't ask for.
Then why did you panic and then immediately try to delete everything? An innocent person doesn't try to scrub all the records of their activities offline. An innocent person usually tries to produce evidence to prove themselves innocent. Instead of trying to do like the typical fucking suicide bomber shit where you try to martyr yourself and wipe everything with you.
You got to be careful about that.
Dur,
When you ask for something, you have to know what you're asking for. And they got that on the YouTube channel.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the YouTube stream.
Because you're a
And everyone
dumbass.
got all suspicious and shit.
So you admit you did something wrong.
And now I'm going to have to wait till that Discord account's deleted so I could go back there. That's what I'm going to have to do.
So you admit that you're going to go back to Discord now when earlier you said you weren't going to. Make up your fucking mind, please. Can you do me a favor and keep the continuity of the story intact for 5 seconds? This reminds me of like the 2000s Godzilla era movies. Like every time the Millennium era of Godzilla would happen, it would always be like a redraft and a reset. Like they tried to retcon the fucking Millennium series like 4 fucking times before they finally settled on one for like one movie.
Well, I do have a second account. I mean, I could use that.
This would be kind of innocuous if it wasn't for the fact that everyone knows what he did on his Discord.
Just so I could be away from it all.
Oh, you run away.
Oh, if they find it, they'll
What's up,
always
Alexis?
find me no matter what.
It's almost like you can't run away from the problem when you are the problem itself. Because let's be honest. If you remove Minuteman, myself, Cass, all the people from Pod Awful, Professor Curious, or anyone else that's ever criticized you completely out of the equation, you would still have this problem. It would just be with different people taking note of your actions. Because at the end of the day, the thing that's always the source of your problems is looking you in the mirror every morning when you wake up.
Damn it.
No,
Yeah,
damn it.
I'm so sorry. But these people, I pity them.
I pity them.
You pity them? Yeah, I pity everyone who dislikes me.
Yeah, it must be so hard to dislike someone who's openly a lying piece of shit. What do you have to pity anyone for, you stupid fuck? You're an unemployed 30-year-old virgin who still lives with his parents because he didn't do shit with his life. You've spent the past decade of your life trying one poorly conceived attempt to get famous after another, which has resulted in your name being tarnished as a potential child predator online, and this is well before Cass and I even heard of you. And yet you're going to sit there and tell people that you pity your critics because you decided to do nothing with your life. How the fuck does that make sense? You might as well just tell yourself, I'm a retard, and I'm a dumbass, and I don't do shit with my life, but I pity people who've actually done something with theirs, or at least trying to get their life off the ground, because they're doing better than I ever will, because I intentionally put myself in this situation by not doing shit with my life, but I pity them. Like, you're not even worth pity at this point. Because you're a fucking idiot. Like, there are people that I do genuinely feel sorry for because they're hindered by their own intelligence and they don't know that. But with you, I can't even feel sympathy because everything that you've done has been entirely on your own accord. Like 10 years ago, when you realized that you weren't going to be able to join the military, you could have at least tried to find work. But you didn't even do that. Instead, you took to trying to get famous on the internet for 10 fucking years, to be met with nothing but failure at every turn. And instead of taking that as some sort of sign that you need to do something else with your life, you decided to try harder. And now look where the fuck you're at. You're at the crossroads between fucked for life and just fucked.
That's my problem. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, I pity them.
Do you even know what the word pity means, dumbass? I guarantee you don't even know the definition of that fucking word.
Oh yeah, I need that browser so I can just keep it clean.
As opposed to everything else where I'm sure he was just sitting there.
Are they on the Guy Gilded? Only 2 people are on Gilded. I can't say names though, because they might be listening to this.
Oh no. He's gonna Beetlejuice us. Well,
Oh,
that's
jeez.
that's exactly the
Yeah.
point. Like, oh geez, Rick, they saw me. That's the thing, though. Like, he
Just
doesn't
the
want to
moment they
improve.
come onto the Gilded chat,
He lives his entire life.
things get worse again.
Oh
Like, that
no!
guy kept pushing. Well, that 32 old man. Yeah, the
You
37
mean like how Minuteman and Leo were both busting your balls back and forth?
year old man. Yeah, he kept pushing.
There
It
really
got
is no
worse
appeal.
and worse and worse and worse. And what was I going to do? I couldn't talk my way out of it.
Yeah, you couldn't just lie and make an excuse for it because no one's stupid enough to believe you.
I mean, the only way for all this to backfire is for him to just keep talking about it.
It would backfire regardless because there's no way for you to lie your way out of it, and running away made it look worse because you looked even more guilty.
But unfortunately, on my idea, I just decided to remove the Discord server and remove myself out of Discord permanently.
I wish you'd remove yourself from life permanently. At least then you couldn't fuck with anyone else if you're no longer here. I'm just saying, man, like, maybe you're in the Matrix and jumping off a building could end the simulation. You could wake up and then you'll find out that you're like the next Neo or some shit. I don't know, give it a try, see if it works.
I can't go back.
Oh
I'm
no,
not going back. You can't say that I could go back there because
I can't lie. Look out.
you know they might be sending me private messages that I don't know about.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Probably memes of you looking like a retard.
And the only way for me to escape that is to leave permanently.
I better run away
Never
now.
go back.
Oh no.
Of course, they might
You straight up just said a moment ago that you might come back, so which is it?
do some searching for me to find me on different platforms, but
No, not like it'd take long.
I highly doubt that because it take them a while to find me on other platforms.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, if
Because
you go
just
to your forum page,
yeah, your like shitty virus-ridden forum page that's not even properly secured, which is basically designed to be a shrine to yourself where you suck your own dick. I mean, no one else is going to do it, so you might as well suck yourself off and get it over with.
well, yeah, that's the thing. I couldn't have them come to my forums.
They can't go to my forums and make
Because
jokes about
I-
me being a fucking retard.
They don't like me, and there wouldn't be a reason for them. There wouldn't be a reason for them, to come to my forum page and try to talk to me there.
They wouldn't even really try to talk to you. They'd probably just look at the shit that you've said and try to see if anything there could be used to piece together a timeline of your history before they knew about you. That's what I did. I didn't use it to try to contact you, dipshit. I used it to try to piece together a loose timeline of your behavior from 8, 9, 10 years ago. Because you have a habit of doing this, like, for a whole decade before people knew about you. Lance the Nonce. Exactly, like he's like a cyst that you'd have to cut off or burn, but keeps regenerating, like cancer.
App. Well, there's some of them on the Stereo app. But
I was on the app one time.
I got them blocked.
I blocked them because they told me I was a lying asshole.
So once I said that, it opened up a door of possibilities. Yeah, that's what made them curious.
Yeah, I know you're a fucking retard who openly says that he's on certain platforms that people are going to get curious and poke around and see what's going on, and they're going to tell people that you're a lying dick. This is why swallowing is preferred to spitting. I imagine so. Believe me, Oleander, you can be as crude as you want. I won't stop you. The only person I'd be worried about is fucking Susan. Fucking crazy Karen runs YouTube. Honestly, Minuteman, if I had a life like Lance, I'd just fucking kill myself too, because realistically, if I had a life like that where I was just stuck to a fucking computer monitor for a decade doing nothing of importance, I'd lose my shit. Like, I'd genuinely become bored with life if that was the entirety of my existence. Is just begging people for attention over doing stupid shit. And then being upset that I don't get attention for acting like a dumbass little kid. I mean, that's literally what he is. He's like a grown man in the body. He's like a grown man with the mind of a dumbass 6-year-old. And then he's trying to convince himself that every stupid thing he does is somehow worth money or worth recognition. Which it's not. The only thing it is worth is a lot of ridicule, admonishment, and laughter, but directed at him, not with him. I mean, the dude sets himself up for failure, and then has the balls to say that it's other people's fault that he's a dumbass. It's everyone else's fault I'm fucking stupid. Said no one ever. I'm a dumbass.
I can't believe I'd blow myself like that.
You blow yourself all the time every time you call yourself a good person for doing fundamentally nothing.
I completely blow myself.
Yeah, you do. Every time you speak, practically. And what you should have said was, I really messed myself up, or I really screwed myself up there. Like, you're so stupid you can't even make a statement that makes sense.
Expose myself. I should.
So you admit that you did something wrong. See, here's the thing. Like, you think you're alone. You think no one pays attention to this shit. But every time you talk about your darkest thoughts, you end up opening yourself up to people that are watching and listening. And then they hear some particularly interesting shit like what you just said.
Say, you know.
God, you're stupid.
That, they all got curious about it, I should say.
So you admit that people were telling the truth. Thank you for being so stupid that you admit to it, passive-aggressive, like tacitly admit to it. I mean, that's what Minuteman call you doing. You tacitly admit to it, but then you immediately said that you don't care about the consequence to someone else.
Like, they want to know more about me, you know, because of what I said, and I said it, and how I said it.
A dumbass nonce.
Like, I really didn't care. That's what it seemed like.
You don't care.
It's the moment I did that, you know, and things just opened up the door there. And I stayed there. If I stayed there, the cops could have been involved at that point.
They still could be, dumbass. There's still proof. There's still plenty of evidence to suggest that you might be a child predator. And I'm saying might because there's no way to be 100% sure yet. But given a lot of the shit that you did and a lot of the stuff that you've admitted to, either not knowing it or partially knowing it, you've pretty much blown the doorway wide open for people just to have a peek around and look inside. Honestly, I would love to have an interview with the police officers when they finally break down your door and go through your hard drives. I would love to have an interview with them about the shit they're going to find. It would be a wonderland of insanity.
Because they were trying to find my family member numbers and whatnot. That's what they were trying to do.
People already know.
But
dumbass.
The longer I stayed, the worse it got.
Oh no.
If I stayed there longer, then the cops could have been involved.
They still could be,
That's
dumbass.
how bad it is.
They still could be, you stupid
That is
ass.
how bad that got.
Oh no.
Like, I know people want to talk about that so badly.
I know, it's almost like when you commit crimes, the police possibly could be involved. It's almost like when you commit crimes related to child predation, people tend to be outraged.
And they want to bust the door open.
I wish they did. That would be funny.
But I did not want this to happen. Like, I wanted to lay this to rest. I want
people just to forget that I'm a lying piece of shit. I want them to go away, Mommy. I want them to go away. I want you to tell them I'm just a retarded person that doesn't know no better, Mommy. Wee. And then all you hear is what sounds like the police baton just catching him in the back of the head.
I did to stop.
Make him go away, Mommy.
I wanted to put it to rest.
Make him go away, Mommy. Get the spell on me. Make him go away.
Went down when I said that.
Yeah, I know. You can't just lie your way out of trouble.
I could have said no. Simple answer.
You could have, but you didn't.
I could have said no.
I think the only reason you didn't say no is because part of you really wanted to come clean. Maybe to brag about it, or maybe to act like you were somehow better than everyone in the room for doing something fucking nasty. It's hard to say with you. It really is.
Letters. N-O.
N-O.
And I tried saying no. And I
you
tried
didn't.
denying it.
No, you didn't.
It was just way too late.
You didn't try to deny it. What you did was you, passive-aggressively admitted to it by saying you didn't give a shit about the consequences. And then you immediately went right back to trying to bullshit everyone to their faces after you admitted to it, after you, tacitly admitted to it. Like you tried to double it back when you knew you were caught. That's not the actions of an innocent man. That's not someone who misspoke. It's like, well, wait a minute, I misspoke. This is like, no, don't say that. Even though I just admitted to it, tacitly don't say that.
Because of what they did and how they got me exposed like that.
So you admit that you're exposed for doing something wrong. Good job, dumbass. Keep admitting these things. It's fantastic when you do all the work for me. No, it's not, because you haven't been institutionalized, you haven't been arrested, and you're still alive. So, like, we're over 3 so far.
I'm not going back to Discord. I don't want to go back to Discord.
I wish you'd go to jail.
All those people up in there are just trolls. That's all they are. Trolling me, for one thing.
It's not trolling, you stupid asshole. Trolling is people starting shit with you for no reason at all, saying something just to make you mad, instead of asking you genuine questions about why the fuck you were doing certain things, because they want to understand what the motive was and why it happened, and if it really happened at all. I'm actually getting so frustrated with your stupid ass, and my throat's actually drying out. Hang on. Finally gonna open my drink, which I forgot to open. Maybe a little bit loud, excuse me. See, that's what happens when you tell people it might be loud so that they know that they're not throwing off or just, or that they're not comfort by the song, or just keep those sound effects. I mean, just admit to you, you got what you fuck. And you're sitting there trying to make excuses for it by saying that other people are just liars and trolls. They're not trolls, you stupid douchebag. You're just trying to vilify them because you think that maybe with your shit behavior, I mean, it's not anyone else's fault but yours, you whiny little douchebag. These people are not trolls, they're not liars, they're not assholes. They didn't come in there just to piss you off. They came in there to ask serious questions about what you did in the past that people have heard about or brought up. The fact that you're trying to portray them as trolls just so you can downplay the shit you did is a really fucking piece of shit move, and fuck you for doing that. Let's be honest. If it was one of my sisters you were doing that to, and I had a way of tracking you down, I would have turned up on your doorstep and just beat the absolute piss out of you.
I think, they like to troll me and see what they can do to say to me to make me break down.
No one's trying to make you break down. They just want to.
Because I was vulnerable at that time.
Vulnerable. Yeah. You mean like how you exploited someone that was potentially suicidal, basically by pushing them to the brink of hurting themselves because you were on their ass for years? You fucking cocksucker. Seriously, how big of a piece of shit do you have to be to like try to exploit someone? And then you sit there saying that you exploiting them is justified, but when people ask you questions that you don't know how to answer because you're a lying cunt, you go out of their way to you try to portray yourself as the victim of every situation. You're not. You're a victim of your own idiocy and your own hubris. You're not a victim of anyone except yourself. And it is the truest form of self-victimization, is where you paint yourself as the victim of everyone else's follies, when the only person whose folly has been hurting you has been your own.
Yeah. And I couldn't go back there unless if I kept it a secret.
Let the fool persist in his follies,
secret. No,
lest he become wise.
I can't try to keep things a secret.
It's almost like lying doesn't work when people know that you're lying.
It went up to 100 people at that point. Oh, some of the bots. Yeah.
Almost 30 of those people in his Discord were bots, and everyone else was just someone else there just to rib him or grill his ass over shit that he did. I mean, that's what the majority of it was. It was people legitimately asking him what the fuck his deal was with all the shit that he pulls. Exactly. Like, whenever he doesn't get what he wants, he just goes full Anita. He just immediately says, well, it's because I'm this, it's because I'm that. No, it's because you're a fucking asshole and people don't like it. It's because people genuinely remember you being shitty and they really are not pleased with it at all.
I fell for their trap again.
Is it really a trap if you openly admit to something thinking you're going to get away with it when you think no one's watching?
And I know I don't lie.
Yeah, you do. That's a lie right there. You lie all the fucking time. Whenever you're confronted with any situation where you think there might actually be consequence, you go full Jonathan Ross and try to lie your way out of it. Like, first you'll claim a hacker made you do something, and then you'll claim that you genuinely don't want it to happen, and then you'll claim that the hacker friend you did things, and then you claim that someone else did it over you that was the hacker that hacked your account, and you do the whole Wally Con and Mushy Darky thing. Let's face it, you are by nature a fucking liar.
That's not a lie.
Yes, it is.
It's a trick.
No, you see, when you're trying to deceive someone intentionally, it's a lie, regardless of what anyone says. Because a lie in and of itself is defined as intentionally being untruthful. Whether it be for personal gain or for no reason at all, it's still a lie.
Yeah, it is. When you talk to certain people, sometimes they want you to say yes.
You know, people just wanted the truth. They didn't say yay or nay.
That's what they want. The entire
You're so stupid.
thing was a trick.
No, it wasn't.
They tricked me. That's what they did.
No, they didn't.
I got tricked in the past. I got tricked again.
You got tricked in the past because you openly let people that were basically taking advantage of your idiocy to make you do stupid shit so they could laugh at it. That's not the same thing as people asking you genuine questions and you going out of your way to lie about it right to their fucking face. All right, testing, testing. I don't get why my microphone's like doing that shit. Hang on a minute. All right, give this a test. Give this a test. I just don't understand. I don't understand his fucking methods. This is so full of shit that a porta potty would say he's full of it. Well, a porta potty would actually be envious. I think it's definitely possible, Drew, given the fact that it's probably not the best time to be doing this during the day.
When in reality, I didn't do anything wrong.
You can keep saying that, but all the evidence points completely to the opposite of that. You see, that's the thing. You can only claim that you did nothing wrong when you can actually sufficiently prove it to everyone else. Otherwise, you just come off as the lying dick in the party that's trying to convince himself he's not the problem.
The entire thing was a trick.
It was all a trick. It was all a trick. Everyone's a liar. Ree.
I can't believe they tricked me.
No one tricked you, just a
what can you
dumbass.
do? I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. I could pretend it didn't happen, but it did.
Yeah, you could do what you normally do and try to gloss over it like you have no idea what the fuck you did or said. Just gonna go full on retard and pretend you don't understand what happened, because that seems to be your main method of defense is just pretend you don't get it and then try again.
Did happen. Yeah, true. Or I could just make sure something bad like that never happens again. Just don't go on Discord, okay?
It doesn't make a difference because you still have the reputation of being a creepy fucking weirdo around children. Doesn't matter where you go because that's going to be the reputation that follows you.
That's all I'm going to do.
I'm going to pretend I don't understand anything I did.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what I'm going to do. Play stupid.
I'm trying to type and trying to multitask, and it's tough.
You can't even fucking monotask, so why the fuck are you trying to multitask?
It's some people are going to be rude, you know? They're just going to try to step over me or step on me.
I wish somebody would step on you, preferably on your throat.
And all I cared about was trying to do a show that I like.
All you care about is trying to milk other people for what you presume to be a financial end. That's the truth. what you care about is trying to exploit people, whether it be for your sexual or financial ends. That's the entire thing of you being a person. Like, that's been the entirety of your fucking personhood online, has been trying to exploit people for money or trying to exploit people just so you can beat off to them. I mean, there's a reason you were, like, sexually harassing Dan and Prof when you didn't even know how old Prof was.
Without the drama, without the negativity, without the necessary talkage.
Yeah, I know, you don't like it when people actually have something of interest to say that might get people's attention because in your mind you'd rather live in a world where you're all by yourself, singing about how great you are, than be in a world where other people can disagree with you because in your mind, being the crazy fucking nonce who's his own best friend is more important than being entirely truthful.
But one of those episodes are an example of them, what they say to me on Discord. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just an example of what they say and what they do. I wanted to capture them talking like that to me just so I'd have it to play it back. And I farted. That's just great.
His soy milk allergy is making him fart. Did you have to have your mic like right up your ass to hear that?
Nobody wants to listen to a fart.
Or are you drinking your coffee like just did that on live stream. There you
Cut that
go.
out. No, leave it in. Leave it in. That's what causes entertainment.
No, it doesn't. It causes people to look at you and think you're an incompetent dick. This reminds me of that one episode where Bill O'Reilly was losing his shit and just saying, fuck it, we'll do it live.
I guess.
At least Bill O'Reilly's somewhat intelligent.
But yeah, it's actually kind of sad.
Like your existence.
And I can't go back without being noticed or without being spotted. I can't do anything. Unless if I stay on Gilded Chat.
You can get a job and do something meaningful with your time instead of being a fucking retard.
Because that's where I'll be.
I'll be on Gilded all by myself.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Telling myself I'm the best thing since the cotton Jenner vaccines.
He's trying to make the connection that I did that to my parents. I put them through a rough time is what he's saying. I kind of get that connection of what he...
Well, you did. I mean, realistically speaking, do you think your parents would be happy if someone broke down your door and explained to them that you were soliciting children for sex? Do you think your parents would be able to look at you the same way, knowing that their crazy fucking retarded son's also a borderline nonce? I mean, I don't think I'd be able to look at my kid the same way if they turned out like just completely fucked up like you.
He's saying.
It's like, where did we go wrong?
Now, it doesn't mean I could go back there because they were being too rough.
They were saying things I didn't like and I had to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. If they don't offer to change your diaper, you lose your shit.
I can go back there.
Don't say mean things about me or I'll lose my shit. Probably in his own pants.
It's kind of messed up.
How is it messed up?
So I felt like I wasn't being respected. That's what...
Why the fuck would anyone respect you if everything you do is you being an asshole for attention?
It felt like.
They felt like I was being mean.
And the more I talk about it, the more depressed I get.
You're not depressed, you dumb fuck. You don't know what depression is because your whole idea of depression is like, you're sad, but that's it. That's not what depression is. If you were genuinely depressed, you wouldn't have the motivation to do fucking anything. Like, when a member of my... when one of my friends passed away due to suicide, I couldn't get out of bed for a fucking week. Because I just couldn't find the motivation to fucking do anything. Like, I had to spend, like, our entire spring break, that day, that year of high school, basically moping around because I just didn't know how to handle the grief. And when I went back to school the next week and heard about it through, like, another mutual friend on Facebook, that their family was, like, still going through the motions of trying to accept the loss, Like, for a while, my grades dipped for, like, a good month because of the fact that I was just trying to, like, force myself to get through it because I didn't have the motivation to do anything. Like, someone who I genuinely cared about died because they were going through a lot of shit at home that they just couldn't deal with. I mean, you don't understand what depression is, dude, because your whole idea of depression is someone called me a cunt for being a cunt, so now I need to be sad. And it's not even sad because you genuinely realize what you did was shitty. It's sad because people don't like what you said about them, and now you need to sit there and act like it's their fault that you're an asshole.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I do not like it.
I don't like being told I'm an
I will
asshole.
say this. I'll say this for the record.
Mm-hmm.
I hate zoophiles. I hate pedophiles.
But you openly allow them platforms and avenues to communicate with children and communicate with people with animals in your Discord servers. And when people confront you about that, you scrub it all off and then you throw it the fuck out there. Any word on the Patreon? Honestly, I've been thinking about that, Sakendo. I need to sit on that some more because I really need to think about if I want to go through with that. Because on one side, I would like to do it. On the other side, it just wouldn't really feel right to be asking for money, even if it is only $1. Like, I don't know. Part of me just thinks I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Because I'd be afraid that if I did, I would start letting the quality of stuff that I want to do kind of slip. And I don't want to do that. I'm afraid that if I did, I'd start letting content slip in quality just for the sake of turning out extra buck every other month. And I just don't know if I like that idea because I want to give people something worth paying for instead of nothing at all.
I do not like those kind of people.
That's why you openly
I
associate
could have
with them.
told them that from the start,
You could have, but you'd be fucking lying
but I didn't.
because you're trying not to lie.
I didn't.
Because you're a liar.
So now I'm just lost, lonely, hardly any friends.
You don't have friends because everyone that associates with you try to fuck over at a moment's notice if you thought there's some sort of financial end in it for you.
And I think Discord was a big problem for me, honestly. It's a major breakthrough. I know. A major breakthrough.
How the fuck is it a breakthrough? You've spent the entirety of your life like doing stupid shit for attention. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my tab here. I mean, it's not a breakthrough. You've done the same
And
thing
I
for like
can't
10
go
years.
back to it.
I can't go back to it because I realize that if I do, people are going to know I'm a lying asshole. I can't keep trying to lie to people, so now I have to sit there and scream and re at everything. Like fucking Jonathan Ross's retarded inbred cousin. Seriously, this is what happens when your parents don't beat your ass enough and tell you no. You grow up like a dipshit thinking the world owes you something just because your dad happened to ejaculate into your mom.
It's my loss.
If only you were lost.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
Like, all you do is take L's. You take so many L's that the alphabet is wondering if you'd let them borrow some. I mean, really, you take so many L's that people in the Wheel of Fortune keep trying to buy that consonant sound off you. These are my L's to have. Did he just go silent?
It won't work again, shall we? The app is broken.
So is your mind. dumbass.
Well, you just minimize it. Yeah, that won't work.
Maybe it's the cyber hackers you keep talking about that you keep claiming did shit you did. Maybe the hackers finally heard you were trying to blame them for shit and they're taking their revenge by fucking up your shit. Maybe, just maybe, it's cyber hacker revenge time. It's cyber hacker revenge time.
No, you gotta be kidding.
Yes. That's what you fucking get. This is like watching the retarded kid in school keep pushing the same button on the TV on the AV car, wondering why it's not turning on when it's not plugged in. Any minute now.
Hey,
Isn't it great when someone just like they blatantly waste your fucking time? All I'm gonna say is this, Lance, you're not gonna get anywhere in life if you keep trying to use the internet as a way to dodge all your problems. And for fuck's sake, get off the internet. Get the fuck off the internet. Go to fucking therapy. Talk to your parents about the shit you've been doing on the goddamn internet. And for fuck's sake, stop lying to everyone about shit. You're not gonna get better, and things are not gonna improve if everything you fucking do is done to dodge accountability for shit you pull. If you don't know how to handle that, then get the fuck off the goddamn internet and stop being a fucking lying asshole. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll see everyone next time whenever I get around to doing another one of these. Take care of yourselves.